Well, here we are for another episode of the Rider's Life podcast. We are in the house. His missus has let him out, and he's come and joined us. Benny, how you doing, mate?
I'm always here.
Yeah, true.
Always here. I'm going well. I'm going really well. Pardon?
You're becoming like the bikes in my shed. They're always here.
Yeah.
And growing.
Yeah, I'm definitely growing. Definitely growing. It's the course steroids I'm taking at the moment. I was bullshitting, just for the record too.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Right. So you know what?
It's a green cordial, isn't it?
I got called a beetroot. I got called a Brussels sprout the other day. I thought, Brussels sprout.
Brussels sprout?
Well, because you either love me or hate me.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, I'll wear that.
That's it.
I'm glad people
sprouts
aren't
work.
ambivalent about me. Anyway, enough of that shit.
So, Brussels sprout.
I've brought a
You
really...
brought someone in today. We've got our first ever guest.
I have brought our first ever
am I?
guest, and we've started right up near the top.
Let's not do it like a sale of the century, introducing the person.
No, just walks at sunset and shit like that,
That's
right?
the one.
Dicky's a bit of a local legend in the bike community around Melbourne. So I knew about Dicky before I met him. It's a small community, but some people stand out more than others. So Dicky's had bike shops, he's managed stores, he's running the trips to Tasmania, to Derby and the occasional Medina trip.
Well, mainly just Derby at this
boy.
point. Yeah, we've really focused on Derby for now.
Yeah.
It may grow in the future, but yeah.
Yeah. But you've got your hands still in the game as far as, I suppose, the workshop side of things.
Oh, definitely. Yep.
Yeah. And you're a bit of a man about town, aren't you? And can steer a bike.
Try to.
I've been on your wheel. I've seen
we
you
try
go.
to.
It's pretty cool.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
So Dicky Hunter.
Dicky Hunter,
Yeah.
welcome to the Rider's Life podcast, mate.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be here.
Now, tell us a little bit more about yourself, mate.
So I run Waverley Cycles. We're about 6 years deep now, as far as the bike shop is concerned.
Wow.
Time flies, eh? Like
Yeah,
it's, we're a startup business.
What were you
sort of-
doing before that?
I was working and running another shop that was just local.
Up the road, eh?
Just up the road,
Mm-hmm.
That was really, really awesome to be there. It was sort of a great kickstart to the Australian sort of industry. So that was with Open Road Cycles.
Because you've done a heap of stuff in Canada previously.
Yeah, before that I was
Yep.
10 years in Whistler.
Yeah.
Every day was Saturday for 10 years.
Pretty shit to
and
be
it
doing,
was
isn't it?
awesome. So,
Why would you have come to Melbourne?
well, we you had to take a punt on life, and here we are, and we're
That sounds like backward steps, though.
it sort of does, eh? But
When you
we've
put it into that perspective, I started at the top here,
yeah.
and now I'm down here.
And we're trying to
comes
bring
to the
all
bike
those things
world.
here, and that's really what
That's
we're
the
doing.
thing, and
yeah.
you are on the cutting edge of developments of, Tasmania and
sure.
what's going on here. So
It
you
definitely
basically
is.
brought all that experience from Canada and
Yeah.
you're using it to develop going forward.
For us,
Yeah.
for us, we're trying to incorporate our business with a lifestyle and take all those good things that we learnt while we're over there, in a resort town where everyone was on holiday every single day, all year
Jerks.
round. And, we were just there doing that. And, we come home here and obviously things are a little bit different here. Everyone's a little bit focused on, the great Australian dream, buy a house and do your things and kids in school and all this stuff. It was different for us.
Yeah.
Although we're now in that game too. But we're trying to merge the two together and take, what we learnt over there, the fun side of things, before we had all these other things going on too, and make them work together. And it's really quite fun.
Well, you seem to be balancing it pretty well, man. Like the way you're running your business and looking after your daughters and doing the trips to you've got a pretty understanding family.
It's pretty. I definitely do. Everyone plays a part in what we do for sure. I'm out a lot, and that's it can come with its own challenges. But my wife's great. She takes up a lot of the slack, and it's put us in a position now where it makes a lot of sense to all of us and to those around us too. It's not just me going out being loose every single weekend.
basically.
Exactly right. We're creating these little snippets of time which other people can enjoy too. And and for me, it's key to make sure that the family is happy first, because otherwise it doesn't necessarily work the whole time. We've stepped outside the box, and we've pushed a few limits, and I work just like everyone else.
But it sounds like your quality time. You just went up to Boomerang, yeah? You just jumped in the van, threw the family in, put all the bikes in it, drove to the Goldie, and hit all the parks.
That was
our
Christmas break, eh? So, my whole thing for Christmas break, I was like, I'm just going to sit on my deck for 2 weeks and I'm going to do nothing. I never do nothing. And I sat there for Christmas Day, and then Boxing Day we pretty much packed the van and we drove as
Gave
far
up on
north
that
as we
idea.
could. And we
So
went to visit.
realistically, you had like the perfect road trip
Yeah.
that you would normally do with your mates.
It pretty much worked out that way, and it was just for my family. We had my wife, my 2 daughters, and my dog, and we drove north to visit in-laws. They've got a nice place up there, right by the beach, so a totally different world for us.
Yep.
And once we got there, it was pretty much just a beeline straight, 2 days driving, just
Yep.
straight.
Get up there.
Yeah, and then once we got there, we sort of settled in a little bit and
Yeah.
started thinking, okay, well, we got a van full of bikes,
Yeah.
so
Where can we go
let's
to
do
from here?
this thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the first ride was along the foreshore. We rode to Lennox Head from Ballina to Lennox Head
Oh, yeah?
with the kids,
Yeah,
like
rough,
a 5-year-old,
mate.
7-year-old, right? They got brand new helmets for
So
Christmas.
how many Ks is that?
It's not many.
No?
It's really not many, but it was really cool, eh?
Yeah.
And I'm talking maybe half hour, 45 minutes of pedaling with the kids.
Yeah.
You know, the 5-year-old gets the death wobbles going down the hill, and I'm just like, my God, what are we doing here? But the crazy thing about that, like, she always pulls it off. I don't know how, but we got to the end of this little ride, which was 45 minutes. It's like a lifetime for them, right?
Yeah.
And there's a little coffee van. There was
Oh,
like
perfect.
barbecue place, like a wood smoked barbecue place there. So, you know,
Yeah.
awesome.
Perfect for most people, unless there's no kabuchi for...
Kombucha, yeah.
Little too
Hey, man,
fancy.
I'll,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll drink anything. But yeah, I know what you
That's
mean.
that.
Like you watch your kids riding along.
Yeah.
Like Louis, my 2-year-old guy, he's on the balance bike at the moment, and he is pinning the Knox BMX track. And you
There
just
you
got to
go.
let him go, and he just rips down the start hill. You think, oh shit,
Yeah.
Go again.
this is gonna hurt real bad. But no, he just rolls up and over and has
Most
a bit
of
of
the
a
time
laugh
they pull
and
it off,
They
which
do,
is
yeah,
cool, eh?
absolutely, yeah. He's riding up the berms and whatnot. But you have also introduced your boys to mountain biking, yeah?
That would be correct. Yeah.
Yep.
Look, we decided after a long, strenuous think about it, because they are pretty heavy into their BMX, so they've got, you know, the full-blown race bikes and all that sort of stuff. We sort of thought, right, do we get them into the mountain bikes, because it's going to be another sort of cost that parents don't really like when it comes to kids and all that. But we went, you know what, stuff it. They see me riding.
Yep.
They hear about the trips with Ben and
They
all
wanna
that
do
sort
it.
of stuff. So
Yeah.
we kind of went, all right, let's just do it. The family chipped in, and for Christmas we got them some Norco Charger 24s.
Nice one.
Which, yeah, look, I mean, obviously they're a little bit more expensive than the very basic sort of bike, but we don't want something that's going to break down on the trails too
Yep.
much.
You can't take them out in the trails and shit heaps, mate.
That's
You
right.
got to have
Doesn't
something
work like that,
decent.
eh?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we got them their bikes and got them out to Listerfield
Mm.
for their first ride, and we must have done, so there's a big loop that sort of goes around as a beginner style loop of Listerfield.
Around the lake, is that the...
Yeah,
yep.
yeah, it's about 14 Ks, I think it is.
Yep.
Which for them was pretty primo, spot on, perfect. It wasn't too many hill climbs or anything like that. It was
Nice.
really good riding, good quality riding. That, you know, we had my wife, a couple of other kids with us, and all that sort of stuff, and it sort of gave them their legs to get used to.
It
mountain
encourages them,
biking.
doesn't
does,
it?
Exactly.
And
right.
then you take them to Red Hill and scare the shit out of them.
Hey, it's what I was put on this planet to do.
Wow, man. It's
I
like
put
throwing
them
them
on
into
Red
Bell's
Hill, mate.
Beach to learn how to
You
surf.
know
you can do it.
And it's so funny, because all they wanted to do when we'd finished Listerfield, and the kids that were with us go to Red Hill a little bit. They got Julies and all this sort of stuff. They're
Yep.
on hardtails, and they're like, "No, you got to come to Red Hill."
What's wrong with
It's awesome.
hardtails, mate?
Nothing at all if you know how to ride them.
Let your in.
So we've gone right. Okay, we're going to take you to Red Hill. Any bits that you're worried about, just slow down, stop, and get off. Which would be good in a perfect world, as we know with kids, they don't want to stop and they don't want to slow down.
Sometimes they can't, mate.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's too
wide
steep.
open. Well, I have the video, and I may put it up. I don't know yet. I have the video of my son going down fall line. With his legs completely spread eagle, his nuts just straddling the seat, and his hands almost off the bars as he shot over the berm and into the bushes flat out.
Yeah.
The poor fellow, I'm sitting there going, I don't know where he's going to be on this, whether he's going to get up and ride out, or whether he's going to be, I'm never touching this thing again. But I know what my kids are like usually, and sure enough, 2 minutes later he was back up on that bike, and
Good to
off
go.
he went again.
Yeah, that's
and I
good.
mean, he wasn't in any sort of, and saying that I'm now going to get him elbow pads and knee pads, so bad dad moment there. But anyway,
Hey, breathing tough down here, mate. You're right. It's okay.
just toughen him up a little bit. That's all.
Pretty sure all my scars have healed.
Yeah.
Pretty right.
Yeah.
But no, it's been a really good experience for both myself and them, because I've never actually dealt with kids. Like, you know what I'm like. I coach kids at BMX all the time. I know what they're going to do, all that sort of thing. But seeing my kids on mountain bikes going down hills, it kind of opened my eyes to how scary it can be and what we're actually doing at speed. I mean, even when we went out to Sylvan a couple of weeks prior, we just got the beautiful Rocky Mountain, the new altitude, and you took me out to Sylvan, and some of those areas that you were hitting were scaring the pants off me, and I'm thinking, my kids are probably in the exact same boat. Here I am, just, there you go, it's just a trail, just go. And I'm sure you were taking off on some of those trails going, I know exactly what he's going to hit here, I know what he's going to do, and stuff him.
There was a couple of times where I thought, I might just stop here and see what happens.
Have you ever been out to Sylvan?
I went out there once with Duncan Rose. I think everyone knows Duncan.
Dunks,
but he took me out there, and mate, to be honest with you, I've only been there once, and I feel a little bit guilty about that because it is right up the road, and it was awesome.
So
I was full cooked by the time I got home.
I totally agree. The trails coming down, we did Temple of Zoom.
Yes.
And we also did another one which was pretty rad. The one with all the logs that were just like drop-offs.
Is that the Stevie's track? Is that what they call that thing?
What's that one over the back there?
Stevie's, that's the downhill track. That one's kind of mum's the word type stuff. No, that was either Telegraph Down.
No, that doesn't ring a bell.
Or it was Top Gun.
No.
Top Gun's good, eh?
Top Gun's
This
good.
is wide open.
Yeah.
No, this one is not wide open.
No,
this one is you're bouncing off
JJ's.
JJ's,
yeah. There's actually a corner on JJ's and it's covered in logs, and under those logs is a mine shaft.
Hey, Luke, come to Sylvan.
Yeah, you'll be all right,
It'll be fun, Luke.
Yeah.
Just ride. Yeah, and then we also find out, I'm sitting there, I'm pedal stroking the ground just flat out, going, what is going on with this bike? Ben, there's something going on, man. Nah, you'll be right.
Here's me thinking he's just shit.
Yeah.
Well,
complainer. Yeah.
No comment. He's just grinding away on his hardtail, and I'm sitting there going whack, 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 whack. We get up to
Does that all the time too.
Oh yeah.
Whack whack.
Jealous.
Sorry.
We know you want to watch. We went up to Mount Buller just last week. We had to do a few things, and I chucked the
he sends me this message,
pump.
right? He goes, can the shock handle more than 130 PSI?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, a bit more, eh?
Yeah. Christmas
So
bill.
I
Yeah.
gave
That
Ben
and
the guilt
some,
after
yeah.
that when he realised that's what I was riding with
Yeah.
at Sylvan.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I wasn't guilty.
Nah,
No, I did
wouldn't
not
be.
feel any
Santa
guilt.
Claus built that one, mate. It's all right. It's all good.
Well, on that note, we're going to go to a break now. It's been really nice meeting you first and foremost,
Sure.
Dicky.
Awesome. Yep.
We're going to get in a little bit more with you in a minute when we come back from our break.
You feel refreshed after that break, Dicky?
I do.
Yeah, good.
Yep.
Good. Yeah, it's pretty
not.
tough going, this podcast caper.
It is.
So you've done thousands of kilometres all over the world as part of your little cycling journey, haven't you?
I guess so. It's sort of just turned out that way. Yeah.
Yeah, and you've ended up back here, and the thing that I know you best for is the Tassie trips.
For sure. Definitely.
So I know
I've
you
heard a
had
few things about this.
The-
It's certainly all over social media, isn't it?
Dickie's trips.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome.
It's crazy hearing about how many people I don't know about that know about it.
Yeah.
It's been
Yeah.
quite a new thing for us, eh?
I've been on a
And
couple
it's usually
of
like
them, yeah.
second or third hand is
Yeah.
where people find out about these things that you've
Yeah.
been doing.
All sorts of good stuff happens down there, eh? It's pretty fun.
What happens in Tassie stays in Tassie, eh?
Pretty much, eh?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've done a couple of trips with you, and I can honestly say that both of those times...
Very different trips though, eh?
Oh, they were.
Yeah,
One was just
completely
like with a few weekenders, and the second one was with like angry pinners, man.
Yeah.
It was rad.
It was
and
fun.
you pulled the bike off the rack for that one and rode with us. It was
Yeah.
awesome. That was one of the... I can honestly say that was like top 3 bike riding
Yeah, that's
adventures
cool, eh?
I've done. It was so
Sylvan
rad.
was no good.
Pardon?
Sylvan was no good.
Sylvan's top 2, mate. Sylvan was awesome. But in any case, like you're doing these trips. So how did it come about that you ended up running these trips?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a big thing. and it often gets asked a lot on our trips, like, how did these things start? And for us, we started our bike shop, and traditional bike shop. My whole goal, like when I was growing up, like, I'm going to start a bike shop and I'm going to raise my family in it. They're going to ride their bikes around inside.
I wanted to be
do whatever they want. You know what you know what I mean? And it was one of those things, and we did that, and it was going great, and everything was cool, and we had the kids running around the shop, and traditional bike shop. That's what I wanted. Nothing too crazy. But what I found with starting that bike shop here in Melbourne, which was new for me, because I just spent 10 years, as I said, in Whistler, resort town, and every 6 months we would have a bike shop, then every 6 months we'd have a ski shop, and tear it down, refresh, and every 6 months it would change, and it was always fresh and exciting.
State of flux, isn't it? Yeah.
Correct. And when we got here and we started the bike shop here, I found the carry on of summer into winter, which felt like getting blood out of a stone, to back into summer, trying to revive yourself, and then back into winter. It was the same.
You feel like a chipmunk, don't you? Like putting the nuts away for the winter.
With that, Like I really had a challenge to stay excited with this thing that we had created. And what we did a few years into it, we actually shut our bike shop down for the whole month of June. Like, end of financial year sales, we're out.
Scary.
You go, that's it, you get them somewhere else. And we're going to shut it down for the whole month of June. And we let the boys open the shop up every Saturday, just so that way guys can get their tubes changed and whatever, like, a bit of customer service.
And toe in the water.
We took the whole family back to Whistler for a whole month. And we got an RV, and we had all of our bikes. So my wife, my two daughters, my youngest daughter was on a baby seat on the front of my downhill bike, which was awesome fun. And we just cruised around, and we really got a good feel for, I don't know, the excitement of why we felt like we wanted to have this bike shop again.
Bike culture, really.
Correct. And we found that. And when we came home, we're like, how are we going to do this and keep what we've got?
In Melbourne.
In Melbourne. And, we're thinking, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And we'd heard about this new bike park starting up down in Tassie. And for me,
You're from Tassie.
Correct. And, and I hadn't been home in years, right? Like, it was just one of these things. I grew up there and I left, and I didn't really call home for ages. And it was just, life got in the way, and you carried on. But we heard about this new bike park that was opening up, and it was being built by a bunch of guys that I'd met in Whistler through the years that had sort of gone through. And I was like, well, if they got anything to do with anything,
it's going to be good.
It's going to be good.
Yeah.
So we ended up putting everyone together, and went down. We just gathered a handful of mates and trialled this thing where I'd take all your stuff down, and maybe you could just fly in and fly out, and let's just have a weekend.
Did you ever think about, instead of continuing the shop here in Melbourne, to actually just move everything there if it was that good?
Well, I really enjoy my bike shop here. It's one of those things I really actually do enjoy it, but it was missing something.
From Tassie originally, would it have been
maybe
on the cards?
Yeah, it may have been on the cards, but life and family gets in the way, and we really do try and compromise to make all those things work. And my family's still in Tasmania. My wife's family is up in Byron Bay, so we're in the middle.
Yeah. You're a bit too high energy for full-time Tassie anyway, man. Like, I think let's be honest.
People are.
But and it was one of those things. And even when we started going to this place, like, it was fresh down there, and it was starting, and we were there for a weekend, and we had an absolute ball. And it was only the start. Like, there wasn't many trails there. But you could tell, like, there was something about to happen here.
It was creeping,
mate, like, the street was empty, but the trails were awesome.
Though?
This was 3 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, so this was 3 years ago, and it's from there, like, the weekend that we had with our friends was exceptional. And then I didn't just sort of came home and went back to my job.
That's when the fire was lit, huh?
But they just started talking to everyone.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the phone kept ringing, and I'm like, well, yeah, okay, I'll do that again, no sweat. And then, so on and so on and so on. We didn't really say anything about anything. It was everyone else. They provoked us into it. So it was sort of cool to see that we were able to create this thing that other people were able to enjoy so much.
Yeah.
And then we were able to come back to our busy lives and do our job, and then step out and take other people away as well, and let them live like we think,
Right. So you like the outlet that everyone's sort of been looking for.
Give them that snapshot of that, you know.
And we take off all the edges.
lifestyle.
So we take off all the edges and all the reasons why people can't.
Yep.
So we make it super high value. We basically take out all of the confusion of how things can maybe go wrong, and we just let people live.
It is awesome, man. Like it's literally, before I get on the plane, I take my brain out, put it on the table and go, I won't be needing that this weekend because Dicky's got everything covered. And you literally get off the plane, you're there with the bikes, with the bags. Here's your shops, here's your bed, this is where we're riding, here's your food. Don't hurt yourself too badly, but have fun, and then repeat on Sunday and back to the plane.
And that's the crazy thing about it. The whole format that we've sort of, been playing out and maybe created. I don't know, how you want to call it, but just sort of started happening. But basically, what happens is I get all your stuff from your house here in Melbourne.
Yeah.
I get on the boat the night before. I take it down, and this is like the only night I get sleep every week because we're pretty busy, right? And I get off the boat, I drive straight to the airport. You take the first flight from
in
Melbourne
the morning,
down to Tassie with hand luggage.
Yep.
How hard's that? If
I
you
take-
can't do that, you're not
You're
coming.
not worth it.
You're not coming.
I take my wallet. That's it.
And that's it. And you really don't need it. It's, so it's everything's included, and it really is a chance just for people to step outside of their day-to-day lives and, really enjoy themselves for a small snippet of time and then get back to what they do. So.
And you sort shit out too, because both of those trips I busted something. And within 5 minutes of me busting it, you had it sorted out.
Yeah, I bring a pretty good magic bag full of bits and pieces that get most people out of trouble. So
let's see what. So we're going to obviously come on one of these trips.
Yes,
let's see what. I'll challenge you, mate. I'll see what I can break.
I've got a pretty good bag.
Keep you on your tail. I'm going to do like Felix
Well, if
the
you're
Cats,
doing road
man.
gaps on a hardtail, I'm tipping Dicky, bring a spare frame, please.
Yeah. We got people for that down there.
Spine, I reckon, is probably what we're going to need.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you're doing it in Tassie. Have you thought about, or did you ever look at doing anything in Victoria, New South Wales, or anything like that?
To be honest with you, yes, I did. But the problem that I have as well with being so busy the whole time is it's hard for me to step away and take the time to create something like this. The big thing that what we've got is I actually step away for that small period of time as well.
It was created very organically too, wasn't it?
And create this time where we're actually all away.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you're away, and I'm going to make sure that you're sorted. So for me, it started off for me. I just want to start riding my bike and have fun again. And I have that same thing every single week, so it's awesome. But I get to take care of you guys while you guys do that and take all the edges off. So you've got an on-site mechanic. We make sure that you guys eat all the right places. We make sure that all your shuttles are on time. We make sure that everything is fully dialed. Which means all you got to do is not miss your flight and ride your bike.
It is that easy. It's
Pretty
like having
cool,
a babysitter the whole time to just steer you in the right direction. Mate, it is sensational.
It's about maximising your time as well.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to take 2 days off and think, yep, all right, I'm going to go do this thing and I'm going to spend all this money and think, God, I hope I get it right. Because I'm not going to get another chance till next year to do this thing. So we just basically create this thing where, you commit to us this small period of time and we make sure, no matter what.
Oh, man. You wake up Monday morning and you are hungry to go again.
Yeah, nice.
It's really, really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do
So
it,
how
man.
often are you doing this then?
Last year we did 18 trips, and that was in between the period of the end
That's
of
a lot
October
of
to
trips.
the end of
That's a lot of
April.
weekends.
Yeah, for sure. And to be honest with you, the grass at home was getting a little long in that period of time.
That's what kids are for.
Yeah, but we were at a point of time where we were just going for it. So you wanted to go, we'll take you. We'll take you. And we really were able to.
You got to
find
run it
our
hard
feet.
initially, don't you, to
Oh,
get
for sure.
the traction. So of course.
And we found our feet, and with finding our feet, we were able to make the right sort of connections and put the things in the right places to be able to continue. And part of the continuing was to be able to sort of structure our upcoming season.
Yeah.
And so for the season that we're in now, we're actually going every second week. Which is, we're pulling it back a little bit, right? Like we'll only go every second week. And for me, that's awesome because it's all about sort of making sure that everything works. And part of that is home life and
it's
business
the balance.
at home.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. And that goes, people that step out of their busy lives as well. Like it works every single way. So, it's an exciting thing. And when we get down there, the whole town's behind it. It's not just us running this thing. I just take everyone's stuff there. You know what I mean? Like it's so cool to turn up to a place where everyone's welcome. It's not just us that are welcome. Everyone's welcome.
Well, the thing is too, you've had this big population shift down there now, haven't you? Where the old Derbyites, we'll call them that, the cranky old pricks that didn't really want this to go ahead have all moved out, and mountain bikers have invested in all the housing and so forth. So you've got all of this. It is a mountain bike town.
It is a mountain bike town. You turn up there to ride your bike. You eat good food. You're in a beautiful part of the world. All these things have come together, and the trails that are down there, like we're talking world-class trails.
They are so good, man.
There's no shortcuts.
Yeah.
Like, we're talking,
Yeah.
this is as good as you can get,
Yeah.
and it's here now.
Yeah.
You know,
And it covers
I'm
everything,
skipping the
doesn't
jump
it?
away,
Yeah.
really.
it does cover everything, and it
Yep.
covers everything for so many different levels of riders.
Yeah.
All the way from beginner through to elite, and that's the
Yeah.
cool thing about how we can present our trips.
Yeah.
Is we put together these groups of people, and we're able to cater for them individually, and we create these
Yep.
these rides through the day, and we're adapting it as we go because there's lots of different options.
You're pretty good at ascertaining the skill level of riders too, mate. I've noticed. I've watched you in action, and you
been
sort of
pretty
look at people and go,
judgmental.
"Oh, yeah, maybe we should go
Fun,
up and
isn't it?
do.
Just being a judgmental
Maybe
person.
we should go
yeah.
up and do
This
detonate
one's the
with
most
this guy."
judgmental one I've ever met.
Yeah, we do it in the nicest way possible.
He's got an
Mate,
opinion about everything.
Yeah, but it's it's you have to, and you have to be able to do that before things go pear-shaped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Well, I
there's
mean,
so
you know
much
the
down
trails, so you can straight away see what someone's going to be
what's going to be
capable of
fun,
giving.
what's not
Yeah.
going to be fun, you know, what's going to test people, and some people like different tests, some people
Yeah.
like just being comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it really does depend, and you have to be able to read these people and understand what they're down there
What their
for,
what their
'cause everyone's
cycling's
different,
about.
for
Yeah, that's
sure.
exactly
At
right.
the end
Yeah.
of the day, you're trying to provide
Yep.
a service where everyone's enjoying themselves.
Correct.
I guess.
Yeah,
Yep.
so it's you know, it's exciting to have so many different groups of people come down, and to be honest with you, we've had a lot of returning guests, which has been
Yeah.
really quite exciting.
Yeah.
So, you know, for example, the first 4 trips that we did this season, they all booked again on the way home on the bus when we're just driving back to the airport.
Yeah.
They're like, "Yep, boom, we're going again." Just
Yeah.
locked out that weekend. I'm like, "We're not ready yet. That's a whole year away." But you know what I mean?
Have you
it's-
ever had
it's-
any parents sending their kids away with you?
I generally do like parents with their kids.
Yeah, gotcha.
So, and you know, it actually creates this really cool thing where, you know, they're able to escape and they enjoy it on this totally other level. You know,
Yeah.
no, it's cool to see like the family thing, and I even take my family down there at least
Yeah.
once a year,
Yeah.
just so they can see where I go
Yeah.
and what I'm doing and
Yeah.
you know, who I'm doing it with. So that way, you know, they're involved with it too. So
Yeah.
it really is a cool town to sort of be a part of, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, I don't live there, but I love going there, and
Yeah.
I love being able to
Tassie
showcase
is a
the other
beautiful
people
part of
that
the world, isn't
come
it?
and see. Yeah, definitely.
I'm really
it's
looking
cool.
forward to taking you over to Nepal, man.
Mate, I've seen those posts you put up there, and I was like, my God, well, it looks like I'm going to Nepal.
We've got some really, really special stuff lined up for you where people haven't ever ridden.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah.
Bikes have never been, so we're
you slip
taking
and
you
die
there.
kind of stuff. Yeah, yeah, right on.
It's called
Let's do this thing.
expedition level, exploratory level. So
Yeah,
we're going to be
no
doing
waveforms
that.
over there, mate.
Yeah, hopefully I can provide that same service. Don't worry, man. Don't worry.
I'm
Don't think
excited,
about
eh?
anything. This
No,
is
I
going to
don't
be
think
sick.
about it much, mate.
Yeah.
You're good. No, it'll be awesome.
All right, cool. Well, I reckon that pretty much sums up what you've been up to and what you're doing.
Yeah, it's
What do you
definitely
reckon?
us. Yeah, that's me.
When
in a
we-
nutshell.
when are we going?
Well, when I leave here, I've got to go pick up all the bikes for the people that
another
are coming
trip?
this weekend. Yeah. we're
When
back
are
down
we
here.
going?
Just
When
load
can we
that one up.
squeeze us in?
We're pretty booked out, but you know we might be able to put something together for you.
Oh, I reckon you probably could. Every
Bring
second
the
week.
cameras, what do you
Yeah, I reckon. Oh, yeah. That's a good idea. We'll bring Liam
Right on.
and he can do some filming for us.
That'd be
All
fun.
right, let's do
Well, I
that.
reckon.
All right, let's book
We'll
it
put
in.
him on an
Let's
e-bike.
book it in.
Yep. Bring a hard
Yes. Yeah,
So
exactly.
funny. The first time I ever met this guy, Ben
Yeah.
the Bike Tech, always heard about Ben the Bike Tech. Who's this guy?
yeah.
Fern Tree Gully, all this stuff. I'm like, whatever. Whoever, just anyone come, it's
Potty
fine.
mouth.
We this guy turns up on his hardtail, and I pick it up from his shop. I'm like, what is this thing? It's got all this was the transition.
transition,
transition.
All the bling and hardtail, long travel fork. I'm like, oh my God, here we go. It's the first one of these guys coming down. Out front of everyone, hitting all the jumps. I'm like, boom, this is the guy.
That's him.
This is the guy. That's a full pass, mate. Anytime you want to come, yeah.
Done.
Yeah, it was cool, Really,
He loves
really
his
fun to see.
hardtails. He
Yeah.
loves them. We don't hold it against you. We just simply love watching you ride the damn
I
thing.
do it out of
'cause you ride
spite
it
for some people because
so well.
they tell me that, you need travel to do that shit. No, you don't.
Yeah.
You need travel. Don't even need
it
gears.
was
Piss
golf.
off. Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah, that was rad, man. I really enjoyed that. Both of those trips. I'm really looking forward to going again.
Yeah,
You've
sure.
got me itching
Yeah.
to go now.
Yeah.
Like,
It's fun, man.
I
Like,
mean,
we've
you
barely
know, I'm
even
not the
scratched the
most
surface
avid
on what
mountain
it
biker
is.
just
Yeah,
yet. He
it's-
is coaching me.
It's the key thing of what it is, mate, is you just get to go down there, switch off, and live in a mountain
Yep.
bike town for
Yep.
a weekend.
Yeah.
Everything's sorted.
Yep.
Eat well, ride heaps,
Yep.
drop at the airport when we're done.
Yep.
Sounds like a plan.
We're doing it.
And on that note, we're going to wrap it up and head to a break. Well, we're back from that epic break, Benny. How much fun was
Epic?
that break?
Yeah, it was pretty cool, man. I really like that roller coaster.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was sick.
Dicky, you shouldn't have been putting your arms up like that.
Yeah.
I told you to keep
I
the
loved it.
hands
Very,
inside
very
the car,
dangerous, yeah.
right?
No, it was
Yeah.
good.
Well, on the wrap up to tonight's podcast number 3, guys, I think we're going to do a little bit different tonight. I reckon we should, be it that it's January 2019, talk about what we're looking at and what we're looking forward to for this year,
Yeah,
where we're
for sure.
looking at taking things. Benny, start us off. Where are you,
You,
looking at
you've
being
asked
by
the
end of
guy that doesn't look 30 seconds into the future
Yeah,
and sort of flies by the seat of his pants 100% of the
there's
time.
nothing better.
All right, no worries. So, well, back on the kids thing. My kids are at that age now where they can start riding their bikes a bit more. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to push them into it by any stretch of the imagination, but obviously they see me doing it and they've got an interest in it. So Blaze, my eldest, he's a bit timid. I don't think he'll ever want to be a racer, but he does love riding his bike. So
It's always a start.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be.
Oh, no, totally.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. My little girl Dusty starts kinder, so I'll be chucking her in the front of the Bullet, the cargo bike, and,
Yep.
and riding her to and from school.
That
And-
cargo bike. I don't know how you ride that
I
thing
jumped
with
that thing once.
You're
I
kidding.
jumped it.
No road
The
gaps, I
whole
hope.
thing, I felt like Keanu Reeves in speed, man.
Right on.
It's like, boom, hit the whole thing flexed and shit went flying everywhere. It was really cool. And Louis, I think he's the youngest. He's going to be he's definitely got my genes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an animal. He
He's just going to take on the world.
yeah, he's riding high on the berms at Knox on his little balance bike and just loves it. And, it's a real buzz seeing them get out there and develop and, sharpen their skills. And at that age, they get better every single time they ride.
And they bounce.
Yeah, they do bounce.
How
Yeah.
do they bounce so well?
They make a bit of noise. They get up though, don't they? Like you see old guys stack it. You just got to look away. Whereas with the kids, it's kind of, oh, you'll be right, off you go. And they get up and off they go, and the next time they get on the bike, they're better, and that doesn't happen again, and so forth. So it's really cool watching them develop their riding and so forth. And I'm sure you understand exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
right?
definitely. Oh, for sure, mate.
Yeah,
Yep.
you've taken your kids all over the shop.
Yeah, it is cool to see, mate. Like, it
Yep.
really is something to, it's the start of a whole new thing, right?
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
it's
totally.
cool to see it unfold. It definitely is. Yeah.
You almost feel like, you're sort of coaching them to a certain extent. don't you?
Yeah. Not that they listen, but yeah.
No, that's exactly right. Yeah, it's always someone else's job
Yeah.
to do it properly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that I'm wanting to do. I've got a couple of trips going over to Nepal. Obviously, we've
We're
spoken.
going to do a few this year, are you? Try.
If Rozzie's listening, no, I'll be doing one. If Rozzie's not listening,
We only do
I've got-
trips to
do
Tassie
it,
every
mate.
second
I've got-
week too, mate.
I've got-
Only every second week.
Yeah, there's an enduro, so we're taking Dicky over in May, and that's going to be cool. There's like 3 weeks we'll be over there, and we're going to places where bikes have never been before, so that's going to be rad. And then there's an enduro in November that I've been invited to go and race.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, in a place called Manang, which is about 3,500 metres. So that's going to be awesome as well. So that's the other thing. I want to push that a bit more. And I've got a couple of other things on the go, sort of more industry-wise. As I think most people know, I'm working a lot less on the tools and stuff these days. I've been bumping a few people through your way. And
They all, what's been up to? I'm like, well, I'm not sure yet.
yeah, I can't really tell you.
can't really say.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm doing a little bit of work on people's bikes, but I've got some, and obviously I'm importing foes, and I'm looking at doing something alongside that. So yeah, that's kind of my 2019 wrapped up. You are
Mate,
training for racing.
training for the world titles.
Yeah.
We're looking at heading over to, well, we've obviously got to qualify through Aussies first.
Yeah, I don't think that'll be a problem, mate.
Yeah, I don't think it will. Look, at the end of the day, I think even with the kids, like they're in one of the hardest classes. They're in 9 boys. One of the biggest classes in BMX.
Yep,
Oh, they're
and
in
they're
10. Sorry,
all
tell a lie.
hungry,
They're 10
man.
boys this year. It's 2019.
Yeah.
10 boys. all these kids train round the clock. Was my kids are more
That's
about
crazy.
the fun of BMX.
Yeah,
you
yeah, and
know, you know what they're like.
Mate, I
They'd
love
rather
that.
try and do whips and
Yep.
knock each other off their bikes.
I applaud
than,
that.
The racing side of things. Callum's a little bit more on the race scene. He likes
Yep.
to train and see results and that.
Yep.
Cohen's just a loose cannon, that kid. Anything he touches, he's just reasonably
It's good to keep it a bit chilled, though, isn't it? Like, you don't want to ram it down.
It is,
your
and look,
throat,
I mean, I've sort of gone on, hopefully, that they will, regardless of whether they qualify in the Aussies, you know, which is the top 16 or whatever it is, that they'll get a wild card into the Worlds.
Yeah.
So at least they can do 3 motos on the world title scene.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're going to do a nice big sort of family
Euro trip.
holiday after that.
Yep.
Apart
Like the
from
Griswolds.
that- yeah, do the Griswold. Turn up to Wally World. But no, I mean, on the cards for me, apart from that, is basically I'm just trying to get used to these things. These
Big bikes.
monster big bikes. Like
Yeah.
I used to ride Modi's flat out,
Yeah.
you know, and even still, these things still give me that little bit of scary.
Oh, definitely, mate. Yeah.
But they're great fun. They really are. Now that I've got the suspension right, thanks to Ben's expertise in how to pump up a
130,
shocker.
yeah, right on.
He gave me the low rider. Airbag suspension.
People are probably thinking that I set that thing up initially out of the box. I
No.
didn't.
All right,
I
I'll give you that.
didn't.
You didn't.
But I did ignore your pleas for help, so I am guilty. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's how it is. What about you, Dicky? What do you got on for this year, mate?
Oh, mate, we're pretty well structured for this whole season that's coming up. You know,
What is your season, man? When
So,
do you wrap it
yeah,
up?
we sort of create our own season just because we sort of like doing our own thing. But, you know, our Tassie trip season's from the end of October through to the end of April. And we generally push the envelope a little further once we get to May because May down there is
So
awesome.
you sort of just flesh it out there.
Yeah,
don't
but
you?
we don't like to book
yeah.
things up too early.
Yeah.
But we're actually fully sold out for this whole season as far as
Holy
Tassie trips are
cow.
concerned, which
Yeah.
is wild. It's such an exciting thing for us to
and that's
have that happen.
word of mouth, is it?
It's all word of mouth. And I mean, we share our story pretty heavily on our Instagram and whatever, but you know, it's been crazy. It's been such a crazy time over the last couple of years as our business has evolved. So for me, you know, knowing that I've got all this stuff pre-planned, for me to have
Already.
stuff pre-planned is wild.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
it's such a crazy scenario. But you know, so it's about staying in control and just keeping the quality of what we've created
Yeah.
high.
Yeah.
I want it to be high. I want it to be better.
Yeah.
So for us, it's about keeping what we've got coming down the pipe in control
Yeah.
and planning how we're going to go further for next season.
Yeah.
So this whole time that I've got coming for the next 4 months now, this was planned 6, 7, 8 months ago,
Yeah.
which was such a crazy thing. I didn't
Yeah.
never planned anything out, right? And all of a sudden, it's quite structured how it's gonna fall. So you know, it's exciting to be able to play out something that we've created. And you know, for me, it's I don't know. I'm just going to hold on and just ride it, eh?
Is there anything
Yeah.
you're really looking forward to?
To be honest with you, you know, it's weird to have such a structured sort of upcoming that we've sort of created, and always looking for little things to sort of venture off into. And you know, one of the big things coming down the pipe is when I saw Ben's Instagram post of Nepal. I'm like, well, God damn it, I'm going to Nepal. So you know, that for me, that's crazy. And everyone's like, well, you're going to train. I'm like, well, I don't train for anything else. But then there's all these other new aspects like the altitude, the food, like the people, the culture, like all this stuff that I'm excited to see. But I've no expectations. I'm just going to sort of wing it in there. But
Yeah.
maybe I have to do a little
Soak
bit
it
of
all
planning.
in.
Who knows?
Nah, you absolutely don't.
I won't do
I got you
anything
covered.
there. That'll
man.
be fine.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there you go. Like, you know, we're just going to ride it out. And, you know, we generally try and take a good break over winter. And that's going to
Yeah.
obviously start off with Nepal this year.
Yeah.
Whether we come back and do something here in Oz, you know, I've been talking with the wife about possibly driving further north this time.
Yep.
We're thinking about going to Cairns. We keep
Do
on
it.
hearing, yeah, this is the thing.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
You see all this crazy stuff, but it's so
Yeah.
far up there. But,
Yes.
you know, once the rain hits you, I hate it, eh? I just want to get out. I want to do something
I
fun.
totally agree, man.
I
That
just
is the
become
pitfall of
grumpy
Melbourne.
and, you know, it's just not what I enjoy.
Is
So,
mid-June, I turn into this
out of it.
angry dude, you
Yeah.
know. So yeah,
Best intentions,
Yeah.
but you know. So I think
Yeah.
you know, possibly once we do the Nepal thing,
Yeah.
we'll stay in the country this year, opposed to going back to Whistler for their summer, which is
Yeah.
what we've done the past couple of years.
Yeah.
And yeah, we might drive further north and go check it out.
Why not?
That's what I
Yeah,
reckon.
yeah, yeah, totally.
So-
You've ridden Cairns before?
Never, no.
Cairns is good, man.
I keep
Cairns,
hearing awesome things from great
Yeah.
people that I trust, and you
Yeah.
know what I mean. We'll
Cairns is
we'll
good.
go and do it, sure.
When you do
There-
it,
There's
yeah.
there's
so-
stuff there that will really hurt you. It's
We're in, yeah, right.
yeah, like properly hurt you. Have you heard about the wait a while vines?
No.
Yeah, so they're these cool vines, right, and they hang out of the trees. And if you get off track, it's kind of like blackberry hanging off the tree. It'll just pull you off your bike.
Oh, yeah, right on.
Pull you off the bike and they hurt like shit.
Yeah.
And then they've got these other big heart-shaped leaves, right? And I can't remember the name of them, but they give you temporary paralysis.
Oh, right on.
So if you go off the trail and land in one of them, you can't feel your arm or whatever it is that gets stung up. So
Right
look forward to that,
Perfect,
man.
yep.
Yeah. So it's not
Go Cairns.
Yeah. It's
We're
not just
doing
the irukandjis,
Yep,
it's
it's gonna be great.
the flora too. You'll love it, man. Get up there.
I think it'll be good, man. Like it's just trying to do a few different things over the winter break.
Yeah.
Play out the summer, enjoy the summer. It's all about enjoying it, eh? Like we're right bang in the middle of it now. We're just starting off.
Yep.
You got to get out of this Christmas mode.
I know all
and
about
just
it.
kick it right
we were
in,
at
eh?
Mount Buller just last week, and
Yep.
when we hit that 44-degree day in Melbourne.
You can't do anything.
Well, we did.
Yeah,
we
right.
were up at Buller trying to ride.
Yeah.
And we weren't the only idiots up
March
there.
flies.
Yeah.
Oh,
His favourite.
I hate those things, eh?
He loves a good
They're
March fly.
dumb as though, aren't they? They just sit there biting you and you
catch 'em.
just assault them.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
But in January, you're going to Gravity Fest.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go down there and check that
Yeah,
out. We haven't done much
Tassie.
down in Medina, but obviously, just a little further south in Tasmania. Epic little park,
That's their answer to Cannonball, yeah? Or whatnot? It's just like a little festival?
Yeah, I saw some photos coming out last year.
You went last year?
I didn't go last year. I was just watching the photos. I was actually in Derby that weekend. We had a pre-booked tour, so we were having fun up there doing all that. But this year, I've actually booked a trip with my family, and we're going to take them down there too. And
Just
Have you been to
happened,
Medina yet?
we've been down there once,
Yeah.
and man, we had a ball.
I missed out on that trip. I had the
It just
ticket.
was such an eye opener
couldn't
to
make
ride
it.
stuff like that again. I'm just like, it was
What
cool.
everyone's talking
Yeah.
about.
Exactly right. So it's going to be awesome to be able to check out this and with a little festival anywhere, right? Like to turn up and stick your finger in that. It's always fun. Like you can't not have a good time.
Yeah, totally.
So when other dudes are there doing the same thing, and we'll have a family down there for it as well, which brings a whole other aspect to the festival side of it. It'll be awesome. We'll do a bunch of riding, and I guess it's only a couple of weeks away already.
I know.
So
Wow.
Tassie this weekend, Tassie 2 weeks after. We were talking already before about maybe going to Buller in between.
You should just book a permanent room on the boat, I think, mate.
Well, I pretty much have. I've done a fair few crossings. I'm just shy of 100 at this point, so it's. I like the food on the boat, mate. It's okay. So it's one of those things. It works out okay.
So you're thinking about coming to Mount Buller doing a VDHS around on the
I'll come
19th
up for a
of
look. I
Jan?
always like coming for a look, and when I get there and I don't enter, then I kick myself. But maybe I could be provoked to bring my real helmet.
I'll keep on you. I'll keep on you
it-
about
it-
this.
He's already trying to put his hand up for it.
Yeah, I am. Liam wants me to ride the hardtail.
You should. You totally should.
You've talked about doing these road gaps.
Yeah, but not racing. No, the hot line is not the road gap when you're racing. The hot line is around them.
Make it your own line.
Yeah,
crowd
who am
go
I
wild,
kidding?
mate. Go hard or go
Yeah, true. All right, you heard it here first. It's going to be the hardtail.
Hardtail, VHS, road gap.
Shit.
Yeah, perfect.
You know what that means? You're going to have about 40 kids now sitting at the bottom
Well,
of
they
that
better
road
get
gap,
out of the way. 'Cause I'll
waiting
land
to
on them.
see a hardtail jump the road gap.
Yeah, well, watch this space.
He's doing it.
It's happening.
He's
It's
doing it.
happening.
Nice.
Well, what else is happening come this month? Speaking of which,
There's Track Attack is happening as well. Big
Track Attack is
BMX
happening.
race. That's in its 20th year or something like that. Man, it has been running for ages. So that's on this weekend.
yeah, that goes Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday night at Knox, Thursday night Frankston, and then Saturday, Sunday the following week, which will be Casey. Park, Orchards, or Willydale, I can't remember exactly.
Yeah.
And then, of course, in between that, so this is like the big premier BMX event to start off the year.
Yeah, kicks it off.
It basically gets everyone from around Australia to come and do 1 week in Melbourne of just flat out racing, all these different tracks around.
Yep.
Really just get you engrossed in it, you know, get you back into the rhythm. And
At least
then they
people
also
are
do
smouldering
the,
and shit wreck after the end of it. It's hard work, eh?
you think it'd be easy just riding around a track for 35, 40 seconds and
Wide
do
open.
that, you
Yeah.
know, 6 times in a week,
Yep.
4 laps each time. By the end of the week, you are hammered.
You know what it is, though, I reckon? It's all that, like, waiting around, that the nerves that you're carrying with you over the course of the day. Because each
the
race...
drinking after every race. That was an issue. That was an issue.
Oh, man.
Because you'd always have people come back to your house and have a few to enjoy the
One of
night.
those things, like, people... you constantly you can't switch your brain off when you're at a BMX race because you're always thinking about what's going on.
And then, of course, don't forget too, they're still running. Remember BSX?
Yeah.
BSX is a charity run event during the Track Attack series. They do it on the Monday for the whole day. And they started up 2 years ago at a new location, still in Kinglake though, but at a new, they've called it BSX 2.0. And it's basically dual track, two guys racing against each other
head-to-head.
on a dirt jump track.
Yes, here
So
we
it's
go.
dirt jumps,
right
and
on.
it's, you know, the berms, the whole bit.
Perfect.
After you get through the first corner, they started naming it Berm Warfare because after the first corner, it's all on. You're allowed to cut off, push over the corners, whatever.
No
you wanna
rules,
do.
man. It's like MMA.
No rules, just go. If you want to whip out on someone's head, go
Perfect
for
charity.
I don't know if you should
But
be
they do
whipping out on
auctions
people's
and all
heads, though.
sorts of stuff. So if you do get the chance, check it out on Facebook. Is the best place to have a look.
Just go out
Even
there.
yourself. Yeah, go
Get out there.
Go
It's
for a
only
drive.
Kinglake.
Check it out.
Bloody hell,
Go
it's
for a
beautiful
drive.
out there.
Time my car.
Get out there,
go
throw
out
some
there.
money in the hat. Goes to the Royal Children's Hospital.
Exactly
there we
right.
are.
Yeah.
They've got heaps of giveaways and all that sort of stuff, and all the bike stalls are set up as well, so you can
Yeah.
check all that.
Bit
out.
of a
That's a
party.
really good one
Yep.
to go and check out if you get the chance.
Yeah, it's
I
good
think we're
fun.
going to bank that in. That'll be good.
Yeah. Yep.
What about you, Dicko? Got anything going on this month apart from what we've already sort of
No,
covered, mate?
just Tassie, home, family, kids starting school.
Beautiful.
Got both kids in school this year, mate. So
They riding to school?
we're too close, so we just got to walk, and we try and ride after school. It's it works out.
It's a good mix.
But,
It's a good mix.
But no, so we're just sort of kicking off the start of the year. Family, work, bikes, it all moulds together in a
It
big
does.
old tangled sort of way.
How old are your daughters now?
5 and 7, yeah.
Have you taken them down the BMX track?
I know, but I think I probably should.
Yeah.
They've been on the mountain bikes, and
Yeah.
they've definitely done really well with that.
Yep.
Where have you got them riding?
To be honest with you, just around here. But every time we go back to Canada, they ride the whole bike
Yeah, no,
park
I mean,
around
like,
there.
do you take them to Listerfield, Red Hill? What sort of
Just the
depth do you
Franks and
take them
foreshore.
to?
No, just Franks and
Just
foreshore
on
stuff.
nice pathways.
Yeah, just nice stuff. It's all pretty gentle. Yeah, I'm pretty,
Maybe I am a bit harsh with my
pretty
kids.
calm. But the pump track down at Red Hill's also been a pretty
Yeah,
big
yeah,
favourite.
yeah.
So anywhere
Yeah.
that's nice that they can just
Yep.
sort of do their own thing in their own sort of time.
Yeah.
Pump track for them, it's been
Beautiful.
awesome. Pizza afterwards, right?
Yep.
Oh,
Good to
nothing
go.
better.
Melbourne's
Yeah.
best pizza, man.
It is.
How
It's
is
awesome.
all the pizza and beer joints popping up all
Yeah.
around the place now? It's just like
Just near
mountain bikers
mountain bike
slash
parks,
BMX
man.
riders'
Yeah.
dream.
Pretty
Yeah.
comfortable, yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, guys, we are going to wrap it up. Episode 3, done and dusted. Benny, any last words?
Shut up.
Yeah, I thought so.
Thanks for having me, guys. I
Dicky,
appreciate
thank you
that.
very much for
Dicky.
coming
Thank
in,
you.
mate.
It's been really
I'm
good
sure
to
we
come
will
in,
hook
man.
up
No
a
worries.
ride with
Yeah,
you
let's
very
go to
soon.
Tassie.
in the
Yeah,
future.
let's go to
We know
Tassie
you're
and
booked
raise
up.
hell.
We know you're booked
I'll
up, but
fit
I
you guys
know
in.
you're going to get us in
I'll
somewhere,
juggle
all
some
right?
things around. Yeah, you know that.
Thanks, guys. Until next time, we're out.
Bye.
Awesome.